Joseph.
What's up, Charlie?
What's up, man?
Why is he giggling?
Hi, Joe. John's already
What
giggling.
did you say?
You know, we can hear you, John. Don't worry.
I look like Robo Bitch.
Yeah. So, Joe, I was going to ask you how your week was.
I'll
But
be back.
since you got fucking lasers to the eyes today, why don't we just talk about that? How was your
Oh, my
LASIK
God.
surgery today?
It was good. It was actually went very well. It was weird. I shouldn't have looked up the procedure before I actually had it done. Because I knew what was going on while they were fucking
What, the
slicing my
flapping your
pupil.
eye?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yeah.
It was good though. The first hour coming after it though, that shit
Can you not
burns.
stare directly at me with your sunglasses on? It's very weird. You look like an old man. Hey, you have any hard candy on you, John? I can take a Werther's right now. So.
I got a few candies in my pocket.
Jesus. So, John, how are you, sir?
Best day of my life, baby.
Always.
Oh, yeah.
Best day of your life.
So, yeah, I got some, silly topics to talk about today. So, one of being, all right, so what are we talking about first? How about we have a friend who has had 4 months sobriety and relapsed.
Yes.
So, yeah, it kind of bothered me a little bit. Maybe I had a little reservations towards it because he's a close friend of ours. We all try to help the kid out. So, it kind of pissed me off, I would say, in the beginning. I'm not sure how mad I am about it, except for the fact that now the denial thing comes in with him. And now he questions everything. As far as the conversations I've had with him.
Oh, that's actually still happening? That's what's going on.
I mean,
right
I don't
now?
know. Today,
Yeah.
we really didn't. I kind of, again, holding myself. I kind of was quiet. Well, John, you were there this morning. I kind of ignored him for the most part.
Yeah.
But anyway, it's probably not the right way to handle it. John obviously handled it differently. That's why John's my sponsor and I'm not John's.
Do you know what somebody used to say to me?
What?
When I people who I cared about would go back out and relapse, and somebody said it to me once, and they're like, "Are you mad at an alcoholic being an alcoholic?" And I was like, "Fuck, damn."
Well, I'm not mad about what happened. I'm mad about now. There's he's making excuses. So
Well, that phenomenon of craving.
He's
That's what they
making
talk about, right?
excuses now. It happens, and I've had 4 months, and so I mean, it's a good thing to talk about people having 4 months and relapsing.
Yeah, absolutely.
It happens
Because
often.
now, bro, his mind isn't that phenomenon of craving. His mind's fucking playing tricks on him.
Right.
Right?
Gotcha.
You would agree? Yes? Your mic's on, right?
Oh.
You're allowed. that mic on. That's on. That mic's on.
It's like back to day one. Back to day one.
Back, yeah.
You know,
And it's hard. It's hard coming
so-
back.
it does suck. It does, especially because, you want to run around the world and shake everyone and say you don't have to do it anymore. But the truth of the matter is, when they say they relapse. But like you've heard it before, where did you relapse from? Were you going to meetings? Were you, doing the work? Were you getting involved with the program or our program?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so then where the hell did you relapse from?
Yeah.
You didn't relapse. Are you working with your sponsor? Are you getting into that big book? Are you going to meetings? You have a commitment in a meeting? Are you doing your 90-90? If you weren't doing those things, what really did you relapse from? You weren't working a program.
You're basically loitering.
You were loitering.
Yeah.
Get involved.
Well, so it's funny you said that because we spoke to him. He admitted his fault.
Yeah.
And then he was like, all right, I'm going to do this, this, and this. And then the next day,
Yeah. Well, see,
Opposite.
originally when this all
fuck
came
this,
out,
I'm not going. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I'm not going. Dude, he's going to continue to keep doing things
Yeah.
he was doing prior. And I'm
Absolutely.
not saying it's going to happen again, but
If
chances
nothing
So,
are it
changes.
will.
can I talk?
Nothing
do you
changes,
wanna-
nothing
Can I
changes.
say how this
go
all
ahead,
came
Joe.
about? So I was in the bathroom.
What are you talking about? We're
How,
Well,
Okay.
you want to bring up how you...
how this all started?
all right.
Yeah, I get yeah.
Because I was in the bathroom, right? I was like, I need a fucking Q-tip. So I was like looking through bins. I wanted to clean my vape. And I saw urine in a water bottle. So, I mean, in a sober house, what's the sign of that? Somebody's using, And we were talking about it, and he was laying in bed, and he overheard the conversation. Charlie actually, was joking around, saying, yo, it's, yours? And he came in, he's like, yo, it's mine. And we all thought he was joking at first, but, that was the biggest thing at first. I'm like, all right, this kid really does want help, because he was honest, You know, he was like, I fucked up, I slipped up, I did coke, and he had a weed pen. And he's
Well, the funny thing too, he goes, yeah, I fucked up once.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So when was that? Saturday, and this was what? This was on Monday.
yeah,
And
I
I'm
think
like,
so.
all
Yeah,
right,
yeah,
so
Monday.
that's cool. He's like, well, I got this weed pen. I'm like, have you been using it? Yeah. Well, so then that's not once.
It's always
It's been
once.
the last 3 days.
This is the
But dude, it's
only
literally
time.
like awakening the devil again, man. It really is, because now your fucking mind's playing games with you.
Cunning, baffling, powerful.
Yeah.
It's just.
I haven't really spoke to him. I mean, you spoke to him more, so I didn't really know what was going on.
All right, so then I had a conversation after that happened with just him and I. I mean, I don't really know how to. I don't want to blow somebody up, but he spoke to somebody about going to a meeting, and he made an excuse. It was the next day.
Yeah.
And I said, "Why are you making an excuse? Why don't you just go?"
Yeah.
And it was like,
And
I'm not going.
And he spoke about it at our Friday night meeting, how he relapsed.
Correct.
So
And
it
then-
kind
and
of
then
seemed like, you know, he really,
Saturday was the day he was
You
like,
know,
I'm
I
not
thought-
going to a meeting. I'm tired.
yeah.
It was 6:30.
That's
It's
dude,
6:30.
I feel like that's the issue with these young kids, because he's young, and we have another kid.
So
who's
I was going to bring that up.
tying
now.
that into it, another
So-
young one.
Again, John, because you're all wise and knowledgeable of all of these things.
Well, you put me.
So we have now another kid who's, I don't know. I'm not saying that he relapsed, but he's in the same time frame as the other kid.
Well, the relapse before the relapse, like you relapse actually before you pick up, so he relapsed, like his the way he
Well,
acted,
mentally, maybe.
mentally. That's what I mean.
Right. But I think like now his attitude is he's
Fuck
got
it.
the case of the fuck it's, and
He's just
I
doing
don't
it for
know how to
probation.
combat that either.
Yeah.
Listen, I was angry at both of these kids.
Yeah.
I'm not so angry about it anymore because I thought about it, and I had my own shit going on. We'll talk about that too. But so the one that we don't think used yet, who has the attitude like he is using, and weird things have been happening, like missing curfews, stupid shit like that. So, and then he's got the fuck it's or whatever, and it's just he makes me more angry than the other one because he's like, didn't you like, dude? If you didn't like, why don't you just stay the course and stop being a fuck? You want to, I don't know, you just want to shake them because they're young.
Yeah.
That's the way I feel anyway.
I mean, I get it because I was their age and I couldn't do it either. I mean, I'm not saying that they can't do it, but I couldn't get sober when I was their age.
I feel it's harder to do. I mean,
It's
I'm old.
definitely harder to do because you got to remember they're still on these like all these social media. All their friends are still partying. They're battling with do I really have to do this forever? They feel the fear of missing out.
Yeah, you just have to do it for today, not
You
forever.
know, no, I know, but dude, listen, that's a hard thing to grasp. It took me a while to grasp that because I used to be that guy. I can't fucking drink at my wedding. I was single.
Yeah.
I can't do blow at my bachelor party. I wasn't even seeing nobody.
Yeah, I already did blow my bachelor.
Yeah, but I'm saying, dude, I get it because it's like,
No, it's definitely difficult when you're young. You know. It sucks.
And now
It
it's
does
more
suck.
dangerous 'cause it's fentanyl
it's
and everything.
more. It's so. Listen, we're just. It does suck with the little guy, with the younger guys.
Yeah.
You
So
know,
what
you
is
would
your-
think though, like by the 6th, 7th rehab. You know, I don't know. Like
Yeah.
it's hard for me because I never went to a rehab. I
Yeah.
never, I was one of those guys that just drank until he came into the rooms,
Yeah.
and then, really didn't know what was going on.
well, that yeah,
For me, but again, it's we are they use that analogy like we're fighting this war on alcohol and drugs.
Yeah.
We're fighting this war, and just like in any other war, there's going to be soldiers that are going to fall.
unfortunately, that's true.
And hope
You got to
we just
step
have to
over the
keep moving,
bodies.
walk over the bodies, and it's something that I still struggle with.
Yeah.
Because of when you come in here to this program, you learn to be a little bit more compassionate, and, like empathetic. Yeah. Towards people and stuff. So you start to build relationships with people. You start to open up to people, and then to see them fall, it sucks. It doesn't hurt,
Absolutely,
but
yeah.
it does hurt. It's not easy.
Yeah.
But I think it's harder on the second case because you're trying to get him not to do it.
Yeah.
But he still has the attitude that he's going to.
Yeah.
Or at least shows the signs that he's going to.
Yeah.
I should say.
That was a problem I had too. After you just start losing so many people, it's like I don't even want to get close to anybody anymore.
Yeah.
But you can't look at it like that.
You can't do that. Yeah.
Because you start caring about people. Like that second case, I would be upset if something happened to him, because he's fucking...
He's a good dude.
Yeah,
you know, and
I tried
they both
talking
are
to him
good
too.
kids.
They're
I'm
both
not
great
arguing.
kids. They're both great kids.
I'm not
And
arguing
They just
that.
got demons, man. We got demons, and
you know what it is when
unfortunately-
someone realizes that there's a solution?
Yeah.
When you're like, dude, I found a solution.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't invent it. It's been around for
Yeah.
ages.
Yeah.
There's a solution.
Exactly.
And you can have this solution too if you want it.
Yeah.
That's why I ask anyone, like when we start to read, there's those two questions you should ask anyone.
Yeah.
Are you and do you? Are you what this book, are you identifying it? Are you an alcoholic or an addict?
Yeah.
And if the answer to that riddle is yes, then the next question is, do you want to stop?
Yeah.
And that's it. If you're honestly answering yes to both those answers, then there's a solution for you. If you don't think you have a problem, or you don't truthfully I don't want to stop, well then guess what? The solution's not going to work for you.
Maybe they didn't experience enough pain, man. That's like my first rehab. I wasn't I was like, I'm not an alcoholic. I did it for work.
Yeah.
Second time I did it for family. Third time I was like, okay, I probably got a pill problem. I can still drink. Fourth time I was like, all right, I'm fucked. That's when
After a while, I was like, wait a second.
Hey, I'm the one that keeps
None of
ending
this
up-
is fucking working. No, I get it.
But,
My problem is, so those two kids are close.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden you have one seeing the other one doing his thing. Now the other one's probably got reservations for that. Well, why can't
And
I?
yo, Charlie,
maybe I should.
I asked him that. I was sitting down with him, and I was like, let me ask you a question. I said, everything going on with this kid, do you feel a certain way? Like maybe you can get away with it because he didn't get thrown out? He goes, no, actually, I didn't have any of those feelings. But his actions are different.
His actions show
His
different.
actions are showing different.
It's always behaviors. Attitudes and behaviors are always going to change first.
Yeah.
And then that's...
Like this morning, bro. Going to outpatient. Didn't fucking brush your teeth? No, nothing? Walking out in pajamas?
As long as you just
Fucking
can't
20
let-
degrees outside.
You can't let them change you. You have to keep having your hand out. You have to keep...
Absolutely.
But
but
that's just for me. Like, I have to keep being loving and tolerant because that's what the program teaches me.
Yeah, that annoys the shit out of me about you, too. I was like, man, he's being so fucking nice to me.
I know.
Because I'm not going to drink the poison hoping they die.
No, I am.
Like, I have to... I have to do that so I can stay sober. If I got mad at everyone, and I remember I went to one of the guys that that I really look up to in the program when I had a buddy of mine that was supposed to celebrate me last year, and like 2 weeks before he went on a run, and he went out hard. And I'm like, where the hell did this guy go? I haven't seen him. No one saw him. And all of a sudden, like 2 months later, I left the meeting, and there he was sitting in his car in broad daylight, and the side, parked on the side, and he's shooting a coke.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're
Shooting
talking about.
coke
Yeah.
in the car. And I'm like, and it broke my heart. I mean, I'm like, come on, man, like, come on, dude, you got my number. Like, I gave my number again. I was like, come on, man, you don't have to live like this anymore. And it was really like I was driving by his parents' house. I was like really freaking out over it, man. Like, cause he was a close kid, close friend. And then I ended up, this is what we do. We speak about it. We talk about our problems. Something's bothering you, give it a voice. You get it off your chest. That's why you have a support group. So I spoke to a friend of mine. I was like, dude, it's really bothering me, man. That this, like I said before, you just want to shake. I'm like, come on,
Yeah,
man.
Exactly.
And it's like, dude, when do you stop helping somebody? And it's like, and the answer was when it starts to affect your serenity and your peace.
Absolutely.
Then that's when you have to start to pull back a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they're more likely to take you out than you're likely to bring them back.
And it really is a revolving door. Like the other day, me and him were just relaxing. We're like, yo, whatever happened to this one? Whatever happened to that? And then when you take a second, you're like, yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You don't realize how many people start coming and then they're just not there no more one day. It's like, what the fuck?
Even the big players, too, though, like, you think, like Big Mike.
Yeah.
I was like, I
I
haven't
love
seen
him.
him in 2 weeks. And then, like, he came back. I'm like, where you been, man?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, not that I'm worried about him going
No, that dude,
back.
yeah.
He's pretty solid. I mean,
He's got like
he
30
knows
something
too.
years, that guy.
But
right?
I'm just saying, it's
36,
just, even when you don't see people, you're like, what? And he said it, I had a lot of shit going on. Just haven't been
But
around.
he gets
I
lots
got
of music, he gets involved. He gives it a voice. He's got a toolbox.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
He
amazing.
reaches out every
He
day.
says a lot of good
I got
Yeah.
something good, and I know I shouldn't act this fucking way.
Uh-oh.
But I'll be honest, dude, when I see somebody new come in and they think they have all the fucking answers, it drives me fucking crazy. Just keep coming back, guy. You got 8 days. Sit down.
Whatever.
That
Again.
shit drives me up a fucking wall. I'm not going to lie.
It's all right. It's when you learn patience.
What do you
I
do
told
about
you-
that?
I tell John that all the time too, because
It drives me nuts, bro.
I left him.
Oh, yeah.
Nah,
He's worse than me. He
whatever,
fucking
dude.
went inside.
Whatever, fuck off. Just
We're all
once.
sick.
I was like, I'm not listening to this
Oh,
shit
shit.
anymore.
We're all
I'm
sick.
sorry. It's bad because you shouldn't be that way.
No.
And it's funny too. I didn't apologize to that person, but I went out of my way to speak to that person last time I saw them,
Oh, really?
which is funny. Yeah.
That's
And then John was beating her up a little bit on the driveway after the meeting. But only in a good way though. When I say
Yeah.
John beats you up, he's always doing it.
With love.
Oh, he's
To
humbling
help you.
somebody?
No.
He's humbling somebody?
Yeah, and it's basically what he was doing.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly right.
With love and
But yeah,
respect.
In turn, if you don't know shit, shut the fuck up.
No,
Keep
no, I
coming
would
back.
never- I would
Yeah,
never
no,
say that to
no,
anybody.
no.
Because the second you think you got it, you're gonna lose it. As long as you stay
Yeah.
willing to learn, listen to learn, learn to listen. You know, like
Maybe
normally I would have been like a couple years back. I'd have been like, "What is this? Do not
Yeah.
know," and I would have got up and left too because that's what my human instinct wants to do.
Yeah.
But you have to like.
I listened to them speak,
Yeah.
but then I left because I'm like, I am not sharing. I'm leaving, and I left. I'm sorry, I did that.
Maybe it's a little
and it's
jealousy.
probably my
revealed.
own.
Hey, keep
It's
going.
my own problem,
I
and
think
whatever.
it's a little
but-
bit of jealousy for me because I'm like, these motherfuckers can sound good up in here. Wish I could do that shit.
Oh, always Joey's
Remember John V?
the last
Guy could spit fire every meeting. So I'm like, you don't live that way. Everything you say, you don't fucking live that way. I live with you, guy.
guy. He was good.
He was phenomenal.
very good.
I'm like, I wish I could bullshit like
I was
that.
with
But
you,
you
in
don't-
Brentwood.
You don't live. There's so much involved, but you see him, and what's more important is how.
No, I hope
are you
he's doing
acting.
good.
Of
I haven't
course,
seen him in months.
But you do. If you see the person, like not with a sponsor, not going to
Yeah.
meetings, not, not getting involved, not doing stuff like that, then that's
Oh, he was miserable, bro.
You're
That guy
gonna
was
see
so
a lot of,
miserable.
just like the real world. You're gonna see a lot of BS out there.
Yeah,
He's too happy. This guy's
Take-
too humble.
I know.
John.
He really is.
I bet it's there.
He's always got a smile on his face. They're struggling.
I love you, Charlie. If no one told
I
you
love you.
today, I love you.
Yeah, no one did.
I just did. I said I love you.
Thank you.
We got to help somebody over the weekend.
Oh, yeah, you guys,
in recovery. Yeah,
did some,
we did a good thing.
Did some deed for a friend in need.
Somebody's
we
friend,
do?
the sewage ejector pump.
Oh, yeah, that's what we do. Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's a good thing. To
but
do.
that's those are signs of recovery, man. We
Well,
wouldn't
first
know
of all,
that.
it's a
I wouldn't
friend.
know her if it wasn't for recovery.
Yeah, well,
True.
especially in her situation because her significant other is
Our
back.
friend.
Yeah, and he's back into he relapsed a couple months back. But so at
But
least
you
he's
help
in a,
each
in a-
other, man. And you
in a
told me too, because I
program.
was bitching that morning, man. I'm like, it's raining. I had to grab a shovel. I'm like, I'm gonna be fucking digging outside. I'm not getting paid.
We get
like
you.
I was miserable, bro.
And John's like, we're
And John's
helping
like, we're
a
helping.
friend.
Yo, exactly.
Just
Dude,
get in a truck, Joseph.
We're gonna
Yo,
feel
we got
better
him. He's
after
like, how do
this.
you feel? I'm like, I mean, I was.
After-
Exactly. I'm
John,
like, you're
yeah.
gonna feel better after this, but
Always,
trust me,
always,
helping
yeah, yeah.
people.
I also felt better because it was an easy fix. I'm not gonna
well,
lie.
that did
I was
help.
like,
God
thank
did for us. We, good
Yeah,
for
no, we
ourselves.
did a good thing, man.
And that's it.
I
We
did.
get to
I did
help
feel
people,
better.
whether in the program or not. You helping people,
And you just pay it forward.
Yeah, I mean,
You
it's
know,
just, yeah. I 100% agree with that. I mean,
Yeah.
I notice I do things that I would normally not do. I
and
went
at
to
the
a-
end you feel better.
Yeah.
It's that those
Right.
days.
And it doesn't have to be someone in sobriety either.
No,
Just
no.
doing
Everyone.
the right thing for anybody.
Yeah.
This is us. We have to live amongst the normies. We have to help everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a different lifestyle. It's a different like when they say like you're living
You're
sober.
being selfless.
It's a different lifestyle.
Yeah.
You're trying to live honest. On page 84 it talks about always be weary of resentments and selfishness and dishonesty and fear. So we try to live our lives like that. You all right back there, buddy?
Yeah, I'm just, hold on.
Okay.
You know what they say on page 112?
Well, if you want the answers to the program, on
What
the
does it
answers to the
say?
solution, first 3 words on
Read this
first,
book.
First 3 words on page 112. Read this book.
Oh, what do you got there?
I was trying to
Vapes?
find my vapor, right?
Oh, for the love
Fiend,
of Pearl,
fiend.
look at this guy.
See, yours is quiet. Mine's like.
Yeah, wow.
As I choke
Shit
on
is
mine.
so fucking loud, man.
Yeah. You sound like Darth Vader. You look like your grandfather.
I do.
That is,
Look at what I'm wearing, bro. I look exactly like my father.
Bro, if
You'd have
this
a
thing
little
was
Farina after this
videotaped,
video?
yeah, people would just watch it to look at what she was looking like right now.
Mom, make me some farina
made
with
some-
I
butter.
need a turkey sandwich. I need a
made some-
turkey sandwich.
There's some leftover pastina upstairs.
Have some prune juice.
Oh my god.
Keeps you regular.
Oh, you guys are
Holy
great.
shit. All right, so yeah.
What else did you got? You said you had something. You was.
Oh, so
dealing with.
so wreckage of my past. So I felt like I was good with my kids, and I just assumed teenage kids don't want to hang out with their dad much. But it turns out maybe I'm not doing as much as I should be. So I don't know. Like I'll call, I speak to them, I text, I'll call. My daughter, I'll go see. She was in track for a while, so I'd go see that.
Yeah.
But I call a lot, or I'll stop by the house, and they're not there. They're just never home. And I just had a conversation with my ex, which I get along with well, especially when it comes to my kids. But like, it was just weird. Like, I don't want to say something wrong on here if it gets heard, but so I might not have been welcomed to see. My daughter's birthday was yesterday, so I made plans to go to the house and do something or whatever, and I found out that they live in Bethpage. So the town of Bethpage does this tree lighting ceremony, this whole 9 yards, and her dance school does a little number during the tree light. So everyone congregates.
Yeah.
And on Main Street, they close the street off. Santa comes down on a fire truck, that whole shit. But it was just weird. I'm like, oh, she's doing that, all right. It wasn't. It was like, I don't know if I was really invited. Like I don't think she really wanted me there, to be honest. But I spoke to my ex. I'm like, listen, I'm gonna go. I want to. It's her birthday. What am I supposed to not see?
Well, I was gonna say you did the most important thing. You showed up on her birthday.
Yeah. I mean,
Why? She acted weird when she saw you.
I didn't really, honestly, she did it. I didn't see her when I got there.
Yeah.
She was in the dance school. They came out, they did their number, and then basically they were leaving. It was cold out. Everyone wanted to go home. She did more. I work weekends, so she did more on Saturday. Went out with her girlfriends and whatnot with my ex. They did a whole bunch of shit, got nails done, whatever they did. So she had her day. So I'm, I couldn't go there Saturday after work. That's why I went there on Sunday. But it was just weird. It bummed me out a little bit. So, but I thought about it a lot today, and it's wreckage of my past. I need to do. So I'm not doing enough. I'm obviously not doing enough. Yeah, John, you can say it.
What's that?
I have to finish my 9 step. Is that what you just said?
Oh,
Yeah.
the amends.
Okay.
To finish your 9 steps.
So
That
yeah,
makes sense.
I mean, I wouldn't even have thought to put my kids on.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
As
do you
of
think
today, I
people-
was like, you know what? Like, I guess I have to.
That's a
do
good
that.
thing I didn't finish
No,
that home.
I
So
agree.
we're gonna have a couple more people
Yeah,
do
but
it.
for months now, you've had a relationship with your daughter.
Yeah,
and
it's
been
weird.
building up and getting better.
Yeah, it's just weird.
Maybe
I don't know.
it's
Maybe
just a day.
something happened. Maybe I did something. I don't know. I didn't do anything wrong, but
Yeah.
listen, I'm maybe not putting enough effort into. Like again, hey, you guys around? No, and that's the end of my trek for the week.
Teenagers.
And then, you guys around? No. All right. Hey, I'm going to Aunt Dana at my sister's house. I'm going to Aunt Dana's this weekend. You guys want to come? Oh, I got to work, and no, I'm hanging out with my friend. Okay. But maybe I gotta force-
But he's putting in the
You
effort,
can't beat
though.
yourself up.
Yeah, he's
As
putting the
long as
effort
you
in,
keep
man.
doing the next right thing.
He's staying consistent.
It's.
But am I consistent enough? Is my question. I don't think I am. That's what
Sounds like you are,
between
though.
you and God.
Well, I don't know. Maybe
you can't just show up. Like you said, they're teenagers, right? You can't just show up and be like, I'm
quite
here.
Frankly, I did go by the house once or twice and then just not home.
Yeah.
Like, no one was home.
I mean, I
Like,
think you're
no one's
putting
here.
in the effort. I think he's doing what he's supposed to be
I just
doing.
I don't think I'm doing. I personally came to the realization today that maybe I'm not doing enough. So, again, I have all these things. You know, when you're in sobriety and all these things you're trying to accomplish.
Mm-hmm.
You know, work. You know, just survival.
Staying
at this
sober.
point. Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Survival at this point and everything else. I'm putting a lot of effort into all those things, and maybe I'm not putting enough effort into my kids. So, I thought about that today. I'm like, you know what? So, maybe stop by more often or call more often and try to, my ex-wife said, why don't you call me? I'll make sure you make a plan. Do it weeks in advance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, that's not a
It's a good idea.
You know,
Yeah.
make a
You
plan.
remember these people? I mean, look at Joe's parents. You know, he comes home from his first rehab. They throw him a party like he graduated.
Yeah,
You know,
for
so
real.
when normally, like when your kids will think, oh, daddy went away and now he's out. Now
Yeah.
he's cured. Where is he? You know, and
Right.
they don't know. Like there's this world of sobriety that you, in order to keep this thing, you must maintain this thing.
I mean, my life's not back on track perfectly, and I'm trying to not that it ever would be, but I'm trying to get it a little bit better each day. And I'm thinking because I'm focusing on one thing so much that maybe I'm not giving us focus there. So that's just my own. I don't know. Today I just decided, like, all right, you know what? What's an extra phone call? What's an extra?
You know what's
drive by the
nice
house?
is you didn't think, F it, let me go get drunk. You said, you know what? There's a problem.
Yeah.
I noticed there's a problem. I'm addressing this as a problem, and let me get to a solution for this. You didn't have to drink.
Well,
or
that's
drug
the
over
blessing
it.
right there.
That's
Look, bro,
how
you
this
care.
program
You
works.
care.
The
That's the
problem-
blessing.
I can handle this. I'm man enough to handle my problems today, to feel, when things are not going my way, and we address it, and that's what you talk about. You give it a voice.
I mean, even my ex was like, "Listen, you're sober, and I know what you're doing, and I'm just letting you know." She tipped me off to what was going on.
Okay.
Not that anything crazy happened, but what I'm saying is, she's like, "Listen, I want you to have a better relationship. Maybe you got to change something." So she brought the light to me.
That's nice.
And I thought about it. I'm like, all right, because normally she would just not give a shit because she knows I'm just a drunken retard. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she sees the changes.
But
in
no,
you.
of course she
Yeah.
does. So she's like, listen,
It's awesome.
I don't know what you need to do. She has no answer.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not asking you for an answer. I'm just, and at first, I was like, oh, fuck it, I'm not going to this thing. Like, it was my first reaction.
Yeah.
Like, fuck, you know what, then if she don't want me there, what the fuck am I going to show up for? Like, let me leave her alone. And then as the day progressed, I was at work. So as the day progressed, I'm like, you know what? I'm only hurting her by not showing up.
Yeah.
At least show my face so your fault is here. You know what I mean? Even if she doesn't want me there. But it wasn't like
Because
that.
at the end of the day, she sees you showed up for her.
Yeah, I mean, and
That's
it
the most
wasn't.
important thing.
And it wasn't like when I was there, she was like, oh,
Right.
he's here. She wasn't like that. She was like, oh, hey, Dad, gave me a hug, kiss, took a picture, happy birthday, good to see you, did great, blah, blah, blah. So it wasn't like, but it wasn't like there was a ton of tension, but I don't have that, I don't know, warm and fuzzy feeling like I thought I should. It's hard to explain.
Well, like you said earlier, bro, wreckage of your past.
Of course,
So,
and it's my
yeah.
own fault. But,
Yeah.
And then this morning I woke up with a reservation about it, and then I just thought about it all day. I'm like, you know what? Then maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe it's it's obviously my fault. I mean, we wouldn't be in this position if it wasn't for me in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so do a little more. It's not going to hurt me to take another 10 minutes. Yeah, I got you.
Nice step.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're finishing it up, that's
Is that what you're
again,
on? What,
because
Yeah,
that's
I'm on my nice,
you're gonna sit there, and when you have that sit down, talk with your daughter or the people.
Yeah, no, I
That's when, and I said it since the beginning. That's when you're gonna really, like Dr. Bob, you're gonna be running around just feeling that freedom.
I mean, there's still events that I have to make, too.
Well, You're gonna
Why
make
you
amends
laughing
for the
over
rest
there?
of your life,
I
bro.
know.
I'm still waiting for mine. You piece of shit. No, just kidding.
I'm like, what the fuck did I do to you?
I redo it.
We read To the Wild. It was good because we haven't gotten into the book in a while, so it was good to sit down and read again.
I love reading that chapter.
To the Wives.
It's a very it's a very what's the word?
It really just shows you how much of a family disease this is.
Compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I did like what you said with each chap. Was it you who was telling me that? With each chapter, it's got to be
who
you.
else talks
Yeah.
about the book
It's got to
in
be him.
depth? Than
So
John.
he said that each chapter, he'll sum it up like a word on what it means. So like To the Wise,
Yeah, like
I was there
gratitude.
no,
Was you
like
there for that
every time I
conversation?
read like a chapter, there's always like something that I'm like,
Stands
I
out.
get at it.
Yeah.
It's just the book is amazing when you really read it with an open mind.
Yeah.
When you read it with another man who's read it before, with
Yeah.
a man who's read it before, like
Yeah.
it really it can change your life, man. It really can change your life. And I always read To the Wise. I always look at it. It doesn't have to be like, and you hear guys like, well, I'm not married. You know, it's like, yeah, well, then replace mom with wife.
No, yeah, I related
Mom-
a lot to
or,
it. I
excuse me,
don't know.
To the Wise, replace wife with mom.
Oh, that
Replace.
chapter was written by Freud.
Actually, if you want to get down to
kidding.
it, Carl Jung did, with tutelage under Freud. So yes, I guess to some degree, Freud had something to do with it. But no, man, when I read that chapter, like Two Wives, it really, I look at it as if I'm reading it through the eyes of my wife, like I really do, and it like teaches me compassion. It's like to be compassionate towards people. You're reading it, and it's like the guys are talking to the wives about this. Your husband's a sick man. We know what you're going through.
Yeah.
We understand. Listen, if it gets to the point, we understand that you might have to cut ties. And
It covers all bases.
But it's a great chapter, and I think we don't really talk about that chapter that much.
No.
But it's an amazing chapter. All the forgotten ones at the end. Once we get to working with others, it just seems we don't talk about To Wives or To Employers.
Well, that's what I
or
said. I
Family
was like, I want to
Afterwards,
read
Vision
this
for
whole
You.
fucking thing.
It's the 164 for a reason. It's not the first 101 pages.
Yeah.
But
To Employers, I remember I went through that a couple times.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I think the biggest thing with Charlie though is like, dude, take a look at like, you have a conscience today. You care.
Oh, I would never.
You know what I mean?
God,
If you were out there drinking this,
Yeah,
this wouldn't be bothering you at all.
You've done what, 32
Like, fuck
of these
that.
podcasts? I think this is the most you've ever been so like heartfelt about something. Like really, like
We should go back to episode 1 and listen to how much of a maniac he was.
Yeah, that's called growth. And if people ever listen, which is the great about this podcast is if no one ever listened to this and you went back to your day one and then read your newest one, if people always say other people are going to see the change in you before you do.
Yeah.
Well, now you could hear the change. You could hear Charlie from the beginning to you in the beginning to even me. Hopefully, hopefully we keep growing. That's
absolutely
that's the point. It's to keep growing.
Oh, of course,
Enlarge our spiritual, life. It's just trying to be a happy man. We did like you said. We did a lot of damage out there.
Absolutely.
We did a lot of damage. We hurt people. I say all the time, the people who suffer the most from our disease, the people who don't have our
Bluetooth disconnected.
disease, they suffer the
Bluetooth
most.
connected.
Man, we do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
You right over there, Wally.
Hold on.
Well, are we good? We're still good?
Yeah, let's go.
Dude,
What?
right before my surgery today,
You got your eyes cut.
Yes,
I
Grandpa.
sliced in half. She's like, all right, just fill out this information. All of a sudden, she pops her little head out. She's like, hey, Joseph. I'm like, yeah. Would you like a Valium?
You're like, you don't have enough.
And I was like, nah, I'm all right, thanks. And I was like, that's,
Yeah, that's great, isn't it?
But
What?
that
What?
devil's there, man.
Of course
Like, dude,
he's
this
there.
is a freebie, bro. Why not? Take that shit. Fuck it. You're getting something done. You need it.
Next week, you're like, dude, my eyes aren't fixed. Can you do it again?
But you know what it brought me back to? And it brought me back to when, right before I had my back surgery, I was in fucking severe pain. I was in bed. I couldn't walk. But I remember being in so much agony I've ever felt in my entire life. And as soon as that doctor okayed me and I heard him say, give him 10 milligrams of Dilaudid. Dude, the pain went away and I was excited as fuck. Before I was like, yes. And that was it, bro. That was, and I was still like, in my head, because I was still in recovery.
Yeah.
And in my head, I'm like, all right, I'm still clean and sober. I'm taking it as advised. And as soon as they gave me the Lauded to take home. Yeah. I think I finished this fucking whole script in like 2 days.
In the car.
Yeah.
Well,
in the car,
on the
bro.
dashboard.
After the
Mom, we didn't even know the doc says I have to
Dude.
snort this shit.
First of all, they're like, they knew I was in, bro, they knew, after my surgery, they knew, they're like, this kid's an addict. Bro, every 2 hours, they give me an oxy. Every 4 hours was Dilaudid. I was in there for 5 days. Like a hawk. Bro. 4 hours. Come in, and then they're like, sir, I'm like, listen, the oxy's not working. Just give me the fucking Dilaudid. I don't want the oxy. You need to take the oxy. You have to take, I'm like a maniac every 4 hours. To the point where they're like, you have to leave. Like, you can't just sit here and get shot up with fucking Dilaudid every day.
No.
And as soon as they gave me my scripts to leave that hospital, dude, I didn't even leave the room. I fucking threw 4 or 5 of those down and banged them up. Sniffed them down. I went through that oxy script in a day. And then since I don't have a script no more, there was no refill.
Of course.
Right?
Of course
And I was,
not.
oh yeah, I'm still sober. Guess what I went back to?
Kratom.
Kratom. You know what that reminded me of? Sega.
Oh my god.
But
You're
that's
sick,
why I
Joseph. You're
like
sick.
the story I heard. You're one of our sponsee brothers spoke about it.
Yeah.
Kratom.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That was actually.
Did they know?
That was a
Did
good
they know that you were in recovery when they were giving you the
So
oxys and stuff?
You didn't tell anybody. did you?
no, that's not true.
Oh,
Before they did tell them.
Yeah.
Before I had the surgery, before I had the epidurals, I'm like, I'm an addict.
Yeah.
So they have that shit written down, don't they?
Oh, I don't know.
But
You
it got to the point where the first doctor, before I had the surgery, he's like, listen to me, I understand you're in recovery, but you are in severe pain and you need this medication. And as soon as I heard that, he just helped me justify that little end that I needed.
justify it.
But I really did, bro. I've never felt pain like that in my life. I don't wish that on my worst enemy.
Listen, it's, yeah.
Dude,
I'm not saying
I
never.
was
I'm not a
screaming.
doctor. You know,
I
the
was
doctors
in bed for
prescribe
days.
you something because
Yeah,
you absolutely
screaming.
need it.
Yeah. But I
know
was.
for me, I would be on the horn with my support group saying, "Hey, listen."
Oh, I was
this
calling
is
my
what's
sponsor.
happening. Time for us to, you know.
I was calling
I need
my
some sober people to
sponsor.
pick me up and take me home from this hospital.
Yeah.
Because I'm not.
But
gonna
dude,
be,
here's the thing with me. This is what gets me nervous. Even maybe when I'll have like fucking decades down and like, for me, it's like I got that taste again. So as soon as I got that taste and I felt those feelings that I haven't felt in a while, I wasn't living sober.
Wait, did you just say decades from now you can
What?
go back to you?
No,
Nah,
I mean like when
Oh,
people
oh.
have surgery and they're able to take pain
Oh,
medication and stuff like that. As soon as I took that and that shit entered my body, bro. Like what I should have did was as soon as I got those scripts, give it to somebody.
Yeah.
Because my mother was asking, "Where is it?" I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it.
Yeah. Well, that was your big mistake.
I know.
I wish you'd have known me when you went in there.
And
'Cause
then
I'd have been
you
like, "Yeah, I got
Motherfucker
this,
would have been next to the
buddy."
bed. No.
Suffer, bitch.
Just give him some Advil. 200 mils.
200 millis.
And it's so twisted, man. It's so twisted. The amount of pain I was in, and in a way, I'm like, I love it. I'm getting free drugs.
Yeah, but you did your script. So what happened? Oh, you went back to. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was
I
gonna
went
say
back to
after 2
everything.
days when you didn't have a script, what the fuck did you do? You still in pain, were you?
Kratom. I was eating kratom again.
That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I fucking, dude, that shit took me down just as heroin would take me down, just as anything else would take me down.
Yeah.
I got thrown out of an apartment when I lived in Patro because I was stealing the fucking landlord's change, bro, for kratom. I was sneaking upstairs,
But in his
stealing change.
holy shit.
And he sent me a video. He's like, "What are you doing?" And I was like, "Oh, I didn't take any. I just
Looking
took
for the
change."
remote.
I'm like, "Bro, I just took some change." He's like, "What the?
You're in my apartment.
You're in my fucking apartment. What are you?" I'm like, "Bro, it's just
Happy birthday. I was
change."
cleaning it for you.
It's just change. Just change. Yeah.
That shit.
I remember I got a good one. I went to a sleep clinic. I don't know if I told you guys this. Went to a sleep clinic because I had it would fit me. I used to. It was a lot heavier, so I used to snore.
Insomnia?
No, for
Sleep
snoring.
apnea.
For
Sleep-
sleep.
oh, that's
apnea.
what it's called,
So
sleep
for one of
apnea.
those machines, right? The girl came in. I had to sleep there. They made me get there at 7 o'clock at night. So the girl came in, she tapes all these little stickers, all these monitors all over my body. Took her 40 minutes to put them on. And then it's like a fake bed. It's like a mock bedroom with a nightstand, a TV. And she's like, all right, we're going to monitor you. Just watch TV, but the TV's going to go off at 9, and you need to get like as much sleep as you can for the night. All right, no problem. The girl walks out.
Yeah.
I take out blow. I swear.
Oh,
I do a line on the nightstand. She comes right back in like a minute later, starts pulling the shit off me. I'm like, is everything okay? She's like, you know there's cameras in here, right?
Oh, my God.
Oh, there are? She's like, yeah.
Yo, we got to get a copy of that tape. Oh, that's
She's
fucking
like,
hilarious.
You might want to come back a different time.
Oh, that is hilarious.
Take care, man.
That's fucking hilarious.
And I remember coming home, I was married, too. I remember coming home, like, yeah, they couldn't do it tonight for some reason. Yeah. We booked that months ago. I don't know what happened. Yeah, that's how terrible. I do 2 blasts. I'm like, shit, 7 o'clock. All right, I'll be sleeping by 9. If I do them now. She came right back in, like, pop, 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 pop. Like, why are you taking these off? Yeah, you.
Sorry.
Oh, they actually like watch you as
Of
you
course.
sleep? Dude, I've never been.
They
to
wanna see
any-
you
I didn't even know there was a
tossing
thing
and
like
turning.
They're
that.
trying to monitor your sleep habits. How do you think they're gonna do that? How do you think
Well,
they monitor
they do
it?
your brain waves and everything, your
Really?
vitals, but they're also watching,
Yeah.
which I found out later. Yes. And then,
You couldn't go one day.
No,
Yeah, in the
so
doctor's office, you
stupid.
could go one day.
And I wasn't drunk either. That's how stupid.
Yeah.
And then I finally got the machine. It sounds like you doing your vape. You're sleeping. And then finally I was like, fuck this. I
Dude,
ended
the
up losing
things
weight
that
and
we do
stuff.
that we think are good ideas. I remember one time I was
terrible.
we were still partying, but we all went to a haunted house, the Bayville Screen Park, right?
All right, yeah.
So we were all drinking and shit, and I was like, I grabbed my buddy, I'm like, yo, go in the truck. I'm like, yo, let's rip a few lines down before we go in. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah. Dude,
Get your heart racing.
instant fucking regret. As soon as I walked in there and they were like, bah! I was like, I fucking grabbed my chest. I was like, this was a retarded idea. I was like, why'd I think this was a good idea, bro? I thought I was going to drop dead in the haunted house. My heart was
But you had
pumped.
no problem going back to the truck and doing some more.
Oh, not at all.
Of course.
Let's
Come
get the
on.
fuck out of here.
Come on now, Mr.
Yeah.
Hawk.
This scare park sucks.
Yeah.
Let's go get high.
Yeah.
We're sick, bro. We're sick.
It's fucking crazy.
But we don't have to live like that anymore. And that's a good
Not
thing.
at all.
We don't have to live like that.
So we just
No.
gotta figure out how to be as humble as John. That's the problem.
Yeah.
No, I told you my grand sponsor, his sponsor used to call him up and be like, "Hey, you being humble today?" And he'd be like, "Yeah, I'm being click." And he'd call him back like, "Hey man, did you just hang up with me?" He's like, "Well, are you being humble today?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm being humble." Click. He was like, "Dude," he'd call him back like, "Humility. That's an action word. Like you know what I'm saying."
Yeah.
So it's the 7 steps. Part of. That's why I bow down in the morning, because I can't play God.
I got to say, I've been doing that a lot more.
It's not me, it's
And
you.
it's
It's
a
not
big
me,
difference.
it's you. When people are like, oh, you did it. No, I didn't
You're
do
not doing that
anything.
because your back hurts?
That too.
Oh.
What happened?
No, I've been getting
Because
on
I
my.
bow down
I mean,
every
listen,
morning.
I do.
It's 'cause your back-
I'm praying every morning, and some days, like I think today, I didn't do it. But if I forget, I'll do it in the car. But I am
As
constantly.
he's driving,
As
he's
he's
on
running.
his knees.
I am
Hey, Lord.
I am constantly praying every morning. Like,
Good for
remember,
you.
But I do notice the difference when I get on my knees and I pray. Start my day like that. It's a big difference.
Not my will, but your will.
Yeah.
That's it, man. We always took pride that we did something. We could build a whole, 20 different trades on a job site. So I built that. Really? You by yourself?
Yeah.
You're the 800 guys on a job site that didn't partake? No, it was just you.
Yeah.
You by yourself.
Yeah.
I did that. And it says it, like, in the 12 and 12. And I've said it before because it's the God's honest truth. That when they did that, when we all in common, they did the testing and they said, well, if this is a disease or an illness or whatever, they must have
Yeah.
something in common. And it says that, we're childish, we're emotionally sensitive,
Right.
and we're grandiose.
Yeah.
And that's there you go. Look at what I did.
I'm more emotionally sensitive now than I was.
Yeah.
Huh?
'Cause you
Yeah,
got
bro.
feelings
We
back.
all are. We all
Yeah.
feel
I was
I was gonna
everything.
say, what the fuck?
We
I don't give
fucking
a shit
feel
about anything.
everything.
Yeah,
We feel
yeah, it
everything.
sucks.
But that's why before when you were
It does
talking
suck.
about, the issue that happened, we get sensitive. Like, what do you mean you don't want, or what do you mean? Like, we're emotionally sensitive.
No, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Why would you want to do that to me?
Get it.
Well, what's the famous cliche?
I don't know. There's a lot.
The thing about sobriety is you get your feelings back.
Oh, the good thing.
The good.
Two things is gonna happen.
You get your feelings back. And you get your feelings back.
Yeah,
Wait,
good
I
thing
wanna
is you get your
quote
feelings back.
Jack.
And bad thing is you get your feelings back.
I want to quote Jet. What if you do things, nothing changes. I'm like, dude, if you're gonna quote somebody, you might. So you just had, and my response was, you just have to do it once. I guess.
Oh, he did. Oh shit!
Wait, what did he
What was
say?
that? Yes,
He
did
the Einstein
Einstein quote. Yeah,
That was great. Yeah, if you do
Insanity
things,
is doing something.
insanity is doing something and nothing changes. Just once. I love that kid.
You might want to, if you're gonna copy someone's quote, at least make it
I
accurate.
wrote. He put it on Facebook, and I'm like, you might want to copy and paste.
You know what's, you know what's funny is that you definitely know from all the shit that you've given him before he writes something, he's Googling it.
Oh, of
To
course.
see if it's spelled right.
Well, the best.
No,
All right.
He
The best
he
was the other night.
knows better. He knows better.
Wait, what did
He knows.
I say the other night?
love
We were
him.
in our group text. Not to make fun of Jack, but I will.
Inevitable.
No. I said.
You said inevitable and then you fucking
Oh,
said, this is what that means.
No, I just did that on purpose. No, the night we were doing a text, I said, we ran the gamut.
Oh,
Gamut,
yeah,
yes.
yeah, yeah.
And he writes, gamut, question mark? I'm like,
He
it's
thought
a
he
word,
got you.
moron.
He thought he got you, bro.
And I sent him the definition.
The
He goes,
dictionary.
oh, shit, it is a word.
Yo, can we do that for Christmas? Just wrap a dictionary and give it to him?
Oh, that would be
It's a
Well,
good
you
idea.
can't now because if he listens
He's
to
not
this,
gonna. We'll see. Well, so that's how we'll know if he's listening or not.
That's funny. Yeah, I love
I know what this is. This is dictionary.
But you know, he
Imagine. Oh, is this Webster's?
he goes away. Are you listening, you?
God, what?
Where he went away?
He's in PA, right?
Right. He
Yeah.
goes to well, not now. Now he's in Lake George.
Yeah.
But he goes to PA. What does he do? Every day he calls me multiple times a day.
Yeah.
I'm going to this meeting.
Good.
I'm going to this meeting.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why he's staying sober.
Absolutely.
Like
Well,
he's like people.
Yeah.
Oh well, I don't need. No, he's away working
Yeah.
away, and he's still. Do I hit this meeting today? I hit this meeting today.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, I got to see different.
Yeah.
Good for you, brother.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
Man.
Go.
You can go anywhere. Go on a fucking cruise ship and there's meetings. When I
Yes,
go down,
there is.
to
Yes,
to
there
Florida
is.
in January, I got a whole bunch of meetings I'm going to already.
Your father just said he found a great
Yeah,
meeting
there's a
in
bunch
Yeah.
going. Yeah.
Good for them. Get
He likes
go. Get
Yeah.
involved, man. It's that devil's waiting, bro. He slowly walks behind you. So if you stop doing what you're doing, I don't care how long you got. Eventually, he's gonna catch up to you.
Listen, I said it today. Would you like a Valium? I'm like,
Yeah,
nah, I'm okay. But
Would you like a hard candy, man?
I have some leftover.
I have some licorice in my pocket.
Oh,
You gotta do something, man. And you know, you have a good time. People make it seem like, and it's one thing that I don't understand is you get a lot of people, especially when the young guys. It's almost like they seem like they can't have a good time. Like life is over because they can't drink and drink.
I'm telling you,
Yeah,
that's how they
that's-
feel.
that's- yeah,
That's
that's
how
what
they
they-
feel.
Yeah, it's like, dude, it's so much.
Because they're not there yet. I wasn't there yet.
It's so nice to like. We could sit here. You could.
And
we
I'm
could
not
sit here
saying
talk about
it's-
nothing, and we're
Yeah.
just laughing
Yeah,
and
yeah,
having
of
fun.
course.
And I'm not saying
You
it's
know?
not fucking possible. How old is Brandon? 20?
He's a
22.
kid, yeah.
And he's been sober for fucking 2 years. It's
2.5
possible.
years,
Yeah, it's
Of course
possible.
it's
No,
possible.
it is.
It's just
your-
harder.
It's your
It's gotta be
mindset
harder.
if you want.
And it's more
I don't
harder
know,
for
it's
kids
hard.
now because of technology, bro. They see all this partying. They see all their friends going
Fake
out.
book.
They see
Yes, they see this
That's
stuff.
what
It's
it
like, dude, none of
is.
that's real.
No.
They're watching these videos. None of that's real. It's
all
like,
that
and
fucking
they-
trap.
Oh, I don't even know. I hear the stuff that they listen to. I'm like, dude,
I'm
maybe
like-
you should change what you watch, man. Maybe you should. Dude, I don't watch the news.
Well, that's because
Dude,
listen.
I
I don't
stopped
watch
years ago.
And do you know how
Well, I don't
how
trust the
much
news.
more peaceful life gets when you stop watching the news? When you stop watching TV, dude, cut the poison out of your life, bro. You're not
I don't
gonna-
watch mainstream news.
You watch
but I'm a
any of it.
conspiracy theorist, so that's a whole other
Suffer well.
hour or two
Yeah,
you got.
just stop, cut that garbage out of your life. The music you listen to, what you watch.
Well, that's what I was saying. If you're not living right and you're glorifying that shit that they're watching on TV, drugs, women, money, eventually, subconsciously, it's fucking.
And if you're not willing to take a suggestion, when someone says, "Hey, maybe you shouldn't," and you're not willing to take that suggestion, you're gonna suffer from it.
Yeah.
You know, they say all the time, and I didn't make this crap up. They say the only suggestions you suffer from are the ones you don't take, and it's the God's honest truth. When you, especially when you ask a man, "Hey, man, would you
Yeah.
be my sponsor? Would you?" help me do the program. Would you whatever, however you ask him, you would hope that would be your way of saying you're going to do what this guy asks you to do. And when he makes those suggestions like, hey, man, wake up at 9 o'clock in the morning and not noon, maybe you try to set your alarm clock to wake up at 9, or maybe you would...
Oh, wait. They set their alarm clock to wake up at 9. It wakes everyone else in the fucking house
Except for that person.
Except for the person that set the fucking alarm.
Oh, stop. Don't listen to that music. Maybe you should not listen to that.
You know what the
music.
crazy
Maybe you should
thing
not
is,
listen
too?
to watch those movies. That stuff.
Well, what's funny is
you.
because I have the same conversations with the same people that we're talking about.
Yeah.
And they agree, but then they don't do it.
That's exactly what I was just going to
That's what's
say.
frustrating with me.
But let me ask you.
That's what's frustrating.
Don't let it bother you. Because here's the thing.
How many fucking times are you going to say, yeah, okay? I don't believe you anymore.
Yeah.
But then that's their story, and what you're going to learn is a great, valuable lesson. Don't do what they're doing.
Well,
if they're not taking suggestions, if they're not, getting involved, if they're not going to meetings, if they're not living this life, ultimately they're gonna go back out.
Well,
it's gonna be it's an experience that you just lived. I've seen what happens when I live this way. I see what happens when I live this way.
Listen, for instance, I made a suggestion.
Yeah.
And this what pissed me off. I made a suggestion. Why don't you go to a meeting? What you're doing hasn't been working.
Correct.
Obviously.
Correct.
And I got, you and Joey don't do shit. Fuck you guys.
Yeah.
What are you and Joey? I go, whoa. And but I was going to flip out. And I go, you know what? You're right, buddy. I do nothing. And I just left it at that. And I haven't really spoken to him since. But that pissed me the fuck off. Like, who the fuck? But then, again,
You're still sick.
when you think, I don't know, I think a lot when I'm first of all, I have a lot of downtime at work because I sell cars. So if I don't have a customer, I'm at the desk.
Right.
So today, I'm like, you know what, who gives a fuck what he thinks?
Exactly.
I don't give a shit. I don't have to prove to him what I'm doing.
No.
You know what I mean?
Thine
So,
own self be true.
yeah. I mean, I'm like, but of course, I'm like, Joe, you're not gonna believe this motherfucker. Fuck him.
When he told me that, I was
He's
like,
happy
fuck
to
you.
do this.
And, you know what I mean? But then I thought of it. I'm like, you know what? What am I gonna yell at him for? What's the point?
Listen, we're all sick. We're just not all sick on the same day.
That's true.
Correct.
And that
Correct.
he's sick. And when you read page 67, it talks about acceptance.
Yeah.
You know,
as far as the other one, not him, but the other one, he knows it works because on days when he's on, he's on.
Yeah.
And he knows that this is the fucking answer. I think what he's struggling with is, do I have to fucking do this forever?
Forever.
And no, it's for today.
That's what. Yeah. That's
Do you know what I'm
exactly
saying? Because
what
he
he's-
knows he feels better.
Yes.
He knows you could see it in him.
Yep.
He knows that this is, but
When
he's
he's working
struggling.
abroad,
That
he's
he's
on
young.
fire.
Exactly.
He's on fire for it. He's there. He's getting involved. If you could videotape his happiness when he's getting up, he's fellowshipping, he's meetings with guys, he's reading, he's getting.
Yeah.
If you could
gets
videotape him
excited.
and then record it, like, dude, this is you.
Yeah.
This was you 2 days ago. Who is this guy?
Oh, now it's in the
Happy.
same day.
Yeah, now it's very.
You know what's
fucking-
what's crazy too is you see the progression that both kids make,
Yeah.
and then you see what they are gonna lose by going back.
Yeah.
You from the outside, you never see your own shit.
Yeah.
But I'm like, look at the progression these kids make. You're gonna fuck all this up.
I know.
Like,
And that's why I get a support group. That's why I get a sponsor. So when somebody says, "Hey, Charlie, you're acting a certain way,"
Right.
hopefully you remember things like this. Oh shoot, I must be doing. Let me get back to the meeting. Let me get back
I
on the
get
beat.
it.
Let me get
Yeah.
back. You know, because we're all gonna fall off. No, we're not Jesus for crying out loud. We're all gonna fall off. But just hopefully we have a good enough support group and we have enough
like
tools
this
in our
morning when we
toolbox.
spoke, you knew something was bothering me.
Of course I knew something was
I kind of spoke to you about it a little bit,
Yeah.
but it's just something I had to
Yeah.
figure. Like it was like, all right, I'm figuring this out today.
Uh-huh.
And then I thought about it all day, and whatever. Listen, I've made mistakes, and I'm not doing, and I just feel like, all right, dude, you got to do a little bit more. That's it. And, you can only do so much.
Yeah, but you want to know? You really want? I don't want to say things on here. You know.
What?
But right away, it's what? It's nothing to do with you. It has to do with him. I don't know how far you want me to go.
my
I'm
bad.
saying so.
Yeah,
You really want to know?
yeah.
Call your daughter.
Well, I did. Well, I didn't call her today, but I called her yesterday.
What are you saying? Call his daughter and tell her how he feels?
Call your daughter and be like, hey, and get together with your daughter and talk to her.
No,
Yeah, maybe
I
just
have
take
to.
her out and be like, yo, where are we at in our
Well,
relationship?
no.
Not about where.
I'm not dating her. Bro.
I'm still,
No,
but
I
you're
know what
building
you're
a
trying
new
to say.
relationship.
But
with
I know
her.
you're
that's
saying,
what
yeah.
it is. If you think she's, because you might be making this all up in your head.
No, I'm
She's
saying
That's
I
what it sounds
I
like.
felt like a lot of progression, and it tapered back. But again,
She's not 5.
13.
You're right. She's
Yeah.
a teenager.
So
and
I think
years.
it's
again,
just, yeah.
I might be making more of it than I am.
I think it's
that
just, yeah.
that it is. But
Maybe.
again, I mean, Melissa brought it to my attention, so obviously
Oh,
it's something.
yeah, that's true.
So they go directly.
It's something.
Go to
Which
the
I
source.
will. Which I will.
Take her out to lunch or
No,
something.
of course,
Yeah.
of course. But yeah.
I think that's the answer.
Yeah. Well, you always have the right answers, John.
It says it in that big old blue book that we read.
Yeah, that weird.
I'm going to buy him a white robe for Christmas.
Oh,
It's yo.
I'm gonna buy you
I
a
can't
walker.
wait for you guys to start sponsoring
with
guys.
tennis balls.
I'm
on.
excited
can't
for
wait,
that,
man, when
man.
you
I
guys
never
are like,
got,
yo,
I never
I'm
got
gonna
to that
What?
sponsorship.
Because I gotta start busting
Oh.
my shoes.
I really do. That's.
So if you
I
really
think
want to know, bro, my
I still don't know if I'm.
I can't wait. I mean, here's the thing, though. It can happen. It could take months. It could take years because you don't ask. They gotta ask you.
well, you could also. I mean,
Oh, you could be one of those creepos
No, I'm
like
not
my
like that.
last one.
I will for like once I.
Hey,
I will start going
You
up
got a
to
sponsor
people,
yet?
though, like, I mean, I should be doing that anyway. Going
Yeah.
up to the newcomer and saying, "Hey,
Yeah,
how you
it's
doing?
very
Here's my
important.
number. Is everything all right?"
yeah, it's very important. You show that people always like, oh, you need to have a certain amount of time.
Yeah.
No, Bill Wilson, I think he had 6. Ebby had 6 months or 3 months, 6 months,
Yeah.
something like that. When he went to Bill, same thing, 6 months. Like these guys didn't have
No.
years of sobriety.
And
All
I
they
gotta
knew
answer
was-
the phone for everybody because I forget sometimes that I'm in recovery. I'm like, I don't know this person because I missed a voicemail. Actually, I didn't tell you. It was like a few weeks ago.
All right.
And he's like, "Hey, this is so and so from the pit. I got your number down." And I was like, "Fuck."
You better start answering
I know,
that phone.
dude. I know. I'm like, "Fuck."
I don't know this number. Yeah, well, you're putting your number on me.
I know. Well, the craziest
No,
thing
if
is
I
like,
get
bro,
calls,
what if I
don't
could have
know the
helped?
number? If it's a 5166, I'm sorry. If it's 516 or 631, I usually do pick it up because
Yeah.
either
If it's my
Somebody.
phone, it'll say scam. Like if it's
But
Scam
if I don't pick up and they leave a voicemail or I get a text after,
Yeah, I see. I don't even
always
check my
always
voicemails.
respond.
I don't check my
Always.
voicemails.
Yeah,
What
you never
the-
know, man. It could be
Listen,
somebody
bro.
on the ledge. You know
You
what I
gotta
mean?
I know.
ready.
I know. He's right.
yeah,
I know.
change your
I
life,
swear.
bro.
I
It'll
know.
change your life.
I don't.
Because that's what it's all about, man.
Craziest thing is
Getting
I don't even
sober and showing
remember
people,
putting my
and you're
number
gonna
down
tell
at the pit in
people.
a long time.
I always remember when Billy was like, "All right, man, you know, you completed your steps, man. Get out there and start sponsoring guys." And I was like, "What the hell am I gonna do? Like, I'm not. You know everything. Like, I don't know anything.
Dude,
Like, what could I possibly teach someone?"
One thing at his anniversary that fucking warmed my heart was when Tara was up there, and she
Oh,
goes,
God.
and she was like, "It is no, dude, I love this." I mean,
Oh, it's
she was
great.
like,
That whole thing was
she
amazing.
was like, "It is such a blessing when I talk to your sponsees and I hear bagels."
Yeah, no, the
I
whole
was
thing
like,
was crazy.
wow.
It was a great.
That's how this
That's
works.
It was
awesome.
amazing.
One
That
man
was awesome.
carrying it to the next man carries it to the next man, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
And all he said is, "You're going to grab a guy and read the book
Yeah.
the same way we read the book, and that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna read this book with a. That's what your job is. That's the debt you owe to. If you say me, the program, whatever, you must do what I did for you.
Yeah.
That's all you have to do. Open the book. It forces you to really know the book. It forces you to say, wow, man, I now have little eyes looking at me saying, hey, you better make sure you're doing the right thing.
I
It
need
keeps me
that.
accountable. Yeah.
I need that.
You know, it's very important. And it makes you, you feel like when we went the other day, last weekend, it's like, I don't want to have to go all the way out east and go do this job. But then when you're done, you're like, wow, I really feel
No,
good.
I was
helped
so happy
somebody.
you did that, man.
And
We-
it's,
yeah.
it's weird. It's that paradox, that giving it away in order to receiving. You know,
Mhm.
like, you know, I say,
It feels good to do good things for other people.
Yeah,
because I never
absolutely.
did that before.
Yeah.
It's like, fuck, what am I?
yeah, why would I do that? I'm not going to get anything out of this.
Like, you know how many times someone's like, hey, Saturday, you think you could take? Yeah, I'll take it. Saturday comes. Oh, dude,
yeah.
can't make it, bro.
Working.
Sorry. Oh shit.
Crazy.
That's today. I don't feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like weird shit. It's terrible. But I try not to do that. I try not to break promises now.
Yeah.
I mean, shit happens, but you
man,
definitely
you
have to. Yeah, I just try to. I don't know. I just try to do the right thing. That's all.
One day at a time.
Yeah, one day, bro. You just gotta help people. That's really what it's all about, man. Helping the next guy. That's why we go to meetings. we let the newcomer know that there's a place that they can come and there's
Don't drink and go to meetings.
You're sick.
When you worry, you suffer twice.
You're crazy,
That
man.
was clear as hell, dude. You did that on his phone?
That's on his phone. He's like, hey, say this.
Life on life's terms.
I gotta add more.
You guys are sick. But life is good today, man. We didn't drink. We didn't drug. We had a great
Best day of your life.
best day of your life. Exactly. We had a great day, man.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, we're gonna go to bed tonight. We're gonna be sober, man. We didn't.
Not me. I gotta wear goggles to sleep. I'll send you a picture of what I'm wearing. I'm
Great
like,
No,
job.
like
fuck
fucking like
are these
swimming
things?
goggles?
They're like, I don't even know how to explain them. I'll send you a picture.
Holy
Actually, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah, no,
No,
no, you have to.
yeah, please do.
By the way, we like making memes of each other.
Oh god.
Absolutely horrendous. That we would never be able to show anybody.
No.
So you have fun in this
Oh,
sober thing?
Oh yeah,
that's
when
cool.
we do video, we're gonna have a monitor up there. We can put stuff up on the monitor.
I got TVs.
Like
I got
me-
2 extra
yeah, we're
TVs
gonna-
up
we're
top.
gonna do
I'm
all
telling
that.
you,
Get
yo,
one over
listen, look right here. We can wall mount one.
Yeah,
We gotta get it going.
Make sure that we got
Yeah.
that shit going.
Yeah.
But we're gonna get a little bit more equipment. We're almost there though.
We're getting
Yeah.
there.
It's
a lot of
looking
shit.
good, man.
Right now
You
it's
got
just
the
the flooring. I gotta rip
microphones,
up
you
the
got
rest of
the
this
heads,
tile.
Like,
Yeah.
It's like becoming a professional thing.
He
here.
started with a
rest of the tile.
fucking folding table and one microphone.
We really
Now
did.
we're-
Yeah,
now
I have
we're
pictures
actually
of
doing
it.
right. Mixing boards, all on
I
yours.
dig it,
Yeah.
man. Oh, you didn't even use those things. Yay!
You
know.
just did.
I just did. You,
Oh, you did?
You don't have headphones, guy.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I don't either.
I'm laughing at you right now.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
I like.
Right.
So we
That's
gotta.
awkward.
I want to hear this stuff. Is there a way to put like a speaker?
Yeah, I can do that too.
I have a
Awesome.
JBL we could use.
I was gonna bring it too,
All right. Yeah.
but yeah, we'll do
Yes.
that next time.
Good
So
stuff, man.
we can hear the background.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Monitors are a
gentlemen.
great idea though.
And so by the way, the reason why we're a day late is because I went to that thing yesterday. So I apologize for
Yeah.
getting this up late, but we'll get it up tonight.
Any announcements?
I don't have anything.
Just
Joe.
starting the new year.
Does
We're
anyone
going
have
through the
any?
book.
Do we know anyone
No,
anniversaries for this?
there's gonna be just marathon meetings. Apparently, this time of year seems
Oh,
to be
yeah,
rough for
it's
certain
pretty
people.
bad.
With
Yeah.
the holidays and everything. I don't like that.
I will get that information so we can announce that.
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone's struggling with anything,
Yeah.
you can email
Please
us
reach out.
or we'll give you John's number directly.
You know I'll answer.
I always answer my phone.
Yeah.
No,
very
we
important.
know Joe won't, obviously.
Yeah, I'll let you go to voicemail. Text
I
him.
do want to say though, starting the new year, right? We're gonna start
Yeah, we're
going
gonna
through the book.
doing the steps.
Step 1 through
starting
12,
here.
one step a
Absolutely.
week
12?
each
Yeah.
episode. Yeah.
We're gonna have John help us with that. Too.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll read through. We'll figure all that out. But
Yeah.
all right, so I'm all set. You guys good?
All
You guys
good,
have
baby.
a wonderful evening.
Yeah.
Take care, John.
Bye, everyone.
I'm gonna go make pastina.
Okay. Take care of your eyes.